Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between lush hills, there lived a young boy named Samir. He was quiet, thoughtful, and always seeking to learn more about the world around him. Every summer, he would visit his grandmother, who lived in a house at the edge of the forest. Her house was filled with old books, handmade quilts, and the sweet scent of fresh flowers. One summer day, after reading a particularly gripping story, Samir was sitting in the garden when his grandmother joined him. She noticed he looked deep in thought, almost troubled. "What's on your mind, my dear?" she asked, sitting beside him. Samir sighed, looking down at the ground. "There's a boy in school, Raj. Every day he makes fun of me. My clothes, the way I speak, the way I carry myself. No matter how kind I am, he keeps mocking me. Why do people like that exist? How should I handle them?" His grandmother smiled gently, her eyes twinkling with wisdom. "Come with me," she said, standing up. "I'll show you something." She led him to a small pond at the back of her garden, surrounded by tall trees. The water was still and clear, reflecting the sky above. Beside the pond were 3 stones. She picked up the first one, smooth and white, and threw it into the pond. "Do you see what happens?" she asked. Samir watched as the stone caused ripples in the water, creating small waves that spread out across the surface. "Now watch this," his grandmother said. She picked up a second stone, this one jagged and rough, and tossed it into the pond. This time the ripples were stronger, the water disturbed more violently. "Both stones affected the water, didn't they?" she asked. Samir nodded, understanding that both had caused a disturbance. "Now let me show you something important," his grandmother said, picking up the third stone, which was shaped like a rough piece of clay. She threw it into the pond, but this time it sank immediately, leaving no ripples behind. Some people in life, like the first stone, make a big impact. They create waves. Others, like the second, may try to disturb your peace. But if you remain calm, like the third stone, you will not let their negativity affect you. You'll sink beneath the waves of their behavior and remain unaffected. Samir looked thoughtful. "But how do I stay calm when people keep trying to bring me down?" His grandmother smiled. "It's not easy, my dear, but remember, the way you respond to others is your true strength. People will always throw stones at you. Criticism, mockery, even hatred. But your mind, your peace, is yours to protect. You can choose to rise above it, just like the stone that sinks." The next day, as Samir walked to school, he saw Raj again. This time, instead of responding to Raj's teasing, Samir simply smiled and walked on. Over the days that followed, he noticed something interesting. The more he ignored Raj's behavior and focused on his own growth, the less Raj's words bothered him. Slowly, Samir began to feel lighter, happier, and more confident in himself. One afternoon, as Samir helped his grandmother tend to the garden, he heard footsteps behind him. It was Raj. I need help with a project," Raj said, a little sheepishly. "Can you show me how to do it?" Samir paused, surprised but calm. "Of course," he said, offering a smile. "I'd be happy to help." As the days passed, Samir and Raj worked together, and over time, Raj's attitude began to change. He realized that Samir wasn't affected by his mockery, and that impressed him. Samir's peace, his kindness, had disarmed the negativity. That evening, Samir's grandmother sat with him again, watching the sunset. "You see, my dear, the most powerful response you can have to negative people is to simply be yourself. Stay kind, stay peaceful, and don't let anyone steal your joy." Samir smiled, feeling stronger than ever. "It's not about changing them," he said softly. "It's about changing how I react to them." And with that, Samir realized that the true power lay not in fighting back, but in letting go of the need to fight at all. Moral of the story: In life, we cannot control the actions of others, but we can always control our response. People may try to bring us down with their negativity, but like the stone that sinks, we have the power to remain unaffected and rise above it. Focus on your growth, stay true to your peace, and never let anyone take away your joy.